Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. It's week 3 in the NFL. We've got some rapid fire picks. We've got a nice little deal, 15% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net if you use the code SCC. We've got Craig Trapp joining us to talk this week's slate. Craig, first up, we've got the Titans at the Vikings. The Titans favor in this one -2.5. Vikings are 0-2 and also 0-2 against the spread. The total is 49. Where are you leaning?
Well, I'm on Tennessee here. I just think Tennessee's the clearly better team, more well-rounded, and they don't beat themselves. Ryan Tannehill, that's been the key since he's taken over middle of last season when things started to turn around for Tennessee Titans. He avoids the turnovers, and they create turnovers on defense. I'm going to take Tennessee -2.5 here, and maybe sprinkle a little on the under here. I think this is going to be a lower-scoring game as well.
Yeah, I'm on the Titans as well. Everyone says be wary of taking road favorites, but I still like the Titans here because of Ryan Tannehill. Everyone talks about his regression is imminent this year, but 6 touchdowns, 0 interception, excuse me. And oh yeah, they still have Derrick Henry, who's already rushed for over 200 yards this season. So yeah, I like Tannehill better than Kirk Cousins, who is getting paid $84 million to throw 2 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Raiders at Patriots. Patriots -6 in this one. 47.5 is the total. The Raiders 2-0 on the season, or excuse me, yeah, on the season, and the Patriots are 1-1. Craig, who do you like?
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see what would have happened if the Patriots, get that final touchdown and they go 2-0 and 2-0 against the spread. What would this line have been? Because I kind of think the Patriots probably would have been favored by at least 7, maybe even a little more. Because let's be honest, this offense looks even better than what I thought with Cam Newton. And I mean, it's definitely given them way more flexibility with him being able to run the ball. And I do think the Raiders, I know people say, hey, the Tuck rule and the Raiders are going to be right. Listen, none of those players were on this team when they got the rule that, the Tuck that allowed New England to start really this dynasty. So I think New England's a play here. I think the Raiders have a little letdown after a big home win to open the stadium last time out.
I think I am on the total in this one. The total has already moved up 2 points since opening, and that's where I'm heading. Both of these defenses have allowed 120 rush yards per game. And when you have 2 dynamic rushing weapons on both sides, granted, Josh Jacobs for the Raiders is hurting a little bit after last game and coming off a short week. It's a little tougher to recover, but also you've got Cam Newton, 122 rush yards this season with 4 rush touchdowns. Pretty good numbers even for a running back, and he's a quarterback. So I like the over in that one. Bucks Broncos. The Bucks favored -6 on the road. The total is 43.5. Craig, what's the play?
I mean, which Tampa Bay offense are we going to see? The one that kind of had some issues in an opener in New Orleans, or last week where Tampa Bay looked like the old what everybody expected. I think the big problem for Denver is turnovers and quarterback play. Seems like the problem for since what they won the Super Bowl, right? I mean, that we've not
Right.
been able to have since Peyton Manning retired. So I think they continue to have trouble at both of those spots. I'm going to another road favorite, which I'm not usually in love with taking. I'm going to take Tampa Bay -6 in the Mile High Air here with Tom Brady.
I think this is the one game that I really hated to pick a side because both sides have their merit. Denver, of course, one of those teams bitten hard by the injury bug. Drew Lock out for the foreseeable future, as is Von Miller and receiver Cortland Sutton. So they're pretty banged up. But the Broncos have been keeping it close with all of their opponents. Granted, they're not winning, but they've covered the spread in both of their games. So I think if it moves up a point, I would take the Broncos. But for now, I'm staying away from this one. Cowboys Seahawks. Seahawks favored -5 in this one. Total is 56, which is actually the highest total of the week. Seattle's 2-0 and also 2-0 against the number. Russell Wilson, an early favorite for MVP after lighting up the scoreboard in both of his games. Craig, who do you like in this one?
Well, Dallas, let's be honest, they got lucky to win the last game. I think if they wouldn't have won, you might even have been getting 7 here with Seattle. The Cowboys just continue to have the same issues. They're just inconsistent at times. It's like they're their own worst enemy. A holding call here or there, just penalties, just dumb plays. And Seattle, just the opposite. It seems like Seattle always makes the right play when they need to make the right play. I'm going to take Seattle -5 here. I just think the Dallas Cowboys, I just don't know what's going to be fixed, heading into week 3. Maybe they find some confidence after the big comeback win, but I think it's more like a miracle, and maybe that even covers it up from what starting 0-2 would have done.
So I thought to myself, you have two really prolific offenses and two really porous defenses. Actually, the Seahawks defense allowing almost 500 yards per game. So that total is really high. So what's the play here? For me, it's the team that I trust the most, and that team would be the Seahawks. In the fourth quarter, especially, Russell Wilson actually tied for the most fourth quarter comebacks and game winning drives in his career and second best passer rating in the entire NFL behind Aaron Rodgers. Plus, he's at home. Easy play for me. Let's go Hawks. Packers Saints. Saints favored -3. The total is 52.5. Aaron Rodgers, of course, is doing pretty well. 604 pass yards and 6 touchdowns. The question in this one, will the star receivers be healthy enough to play? Michael Thomas for the Saints and Devontae Adams for the Packers. Craig, initial thoughts on this one?
Man, this Saints team, they look like they have issues without Michael Thomas, and I'm guessing with the line just at 3, it tells me Michael Thomas is expected to not play, at least for the odds makers. So I'm definitely going to be on the Packers getting the 3 points. I'm also probably going to sprinkle a little money line. This Green Bay team's just playing out of their mind. I also think, I know it's high. I know 52.5 is really high for a total, but I think this one goes over. The Saints defense, they couldn't stop the Raiders and the Packers with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, come on, he's hot. I think this one goes over. But my better play definitely on Green Bay here. I'm not saying Drew Brees is washed up because he doesn't have all of his weapons, but he doesn't look as good as he has in years past. Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers are the play here.
Right. The Packers offense certainly looks good, but who have they played? The Lions and the Vikings, who are combined 0-4. However, even if the Packers do not win, I think they can keep it close enough, and Aaron Rodgers has that deep ball ability to chuck it up late in the game for a backdoor cover. If they're losing, I'm going Packers on this one. That's going to do it for our NFL Rapid Fire Picks. Craig Trapp, great stuff. Thanks for joining us, and good luck to everyone this weekend.